Hello darlings, welcome to Tammy and Tiaras. How are all my beautiful people out there? Hey Lucy. Thank you so much for watching all the shorts and leaving me comments. You know how much it means to me. Well, how have you all been? I've been just doing the normal things here in Ballarat, keeping on target, doing my routines, doing the things that keep me going. And we have to be kind to ourselves at this time of year because it is so stressful. You have to remember to do the things for yourself, to look after yourself first. And that's what I'm going to talk about this week. Our own self-care over this very, very busy time. I get so much love from Lucy. She's just full on. So what have I done this week to look after my own mental health? I have done so much. I'm amazed at everything I've done. One of the things I absolutely love to do is knit my beautiful squares, and I was going to make a poncho out of it, and then I decided not to, which is what you can do, isn't it? And I've turned it into a little blanket for myself. And the reason I've done this is because, believe it or not, Lucy loved it, and every time I was knitting on it, she would just somehow lay on the wool. She'd come up and she'd just lay on it. She just loved it so much, didn't you, Lucy? And I thought that'll make a super comfy blanket for her and I in the winter time to snuggle under. It's not too big and it really is so soft. So I'm happy with that. Can't quite show it to you properly. I'm knitting flowers to put on it in a corner, just to add a little bit more decoration to it. So that's what I've been busy on. That was the 4 squares that I was putting together, and that's how it's turned out into a beautiful blanket. So knitting, oh my gosh, I have to do my handwork every day. It helps keep me going in the mind, and it helps me just unwind and think of other things. Another thing I love to do, darlings, and that we have to do for our own self-care, find a magazine that speaks to you. It really helps. For me, this is a magazine that comes all the way from Holland, would you believe? Typical to be made by the Dutch, because the Dutch are so clever and so ahead when it comes to mental health issues. This is called Daphne's Diary, and no, don't get anything for saying this book, but I absolutely love it. When I get it here in Australia, it's always months behind what it is in the UK or anywhere else, because unfortunately that's just the way it is. So I'm always a season behind. But now I've managed to catch up because I've got them for a full year, and I can actually look through last Christmases and think of the things that I wanted to do then that I can do this year from last year's magazines. These are magazines I'll always keep. They are just beautiful, and I'm so happy with them. They're so inspirational. Lots of crafty things, like that's a flower holder in it. Little crafty things that you can do just to keep your mind on something different without those thoughts going over and over in your head all the time. And it's a beautiful magazine. So unfortunate they don't ship to Australia on subscription, because I would subscribe to this. I love these things, to spot the differences. And see how it's got like little things you can use to pop in your journals and your bullet diary. So I really love this magazine, and wherever you are in the world, if you're a crafty person like me and you love to have a magazine to have a flick through, check this one out. It's really worth the money. More expensive than some, but worth the money. What do I pay for it? $14.25 here in Australia, but it only comes out 8 times a year. So it's not every single month. I had subscribed to Country Style for a couple of years, but I'm sort of over the books on the house renovations, because we're not doing any more renovations. We're finished with it. And I don't need all of those books anymore. And actually, I found them quite boring because they're 3/4 ads all the way through them. So I'm not buying Country Style this year, but this one has no ads, none whatsoever. They plant a tree for every magazine that they print. Well worth it. Look out for it in your local store. Another thing that was finished this week was the diamond dot frames for Simone. So you remember I was doing those diamond dots for quite a while, and one I'd finished 2 years ago, so before Bert's actually framed it, because he's always been too busy. But he took his time, and it's been a real challenge for him to do. But anyway, they're done, and Simone can now hang them in her passage, so another job finished. Really have completed a lot this week. So that's about all the news for this week. I'm still knitting, like I said, flowers, keeping ahead with all the Christmas things, and just hoping my beautiful people are doing the same. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love from Beautiful Ballarat, from Lucy and from me, who's coming back here. You're going to come and say goodbye to everybody? Come on, come and say goodbye. Come on up here. Come on. Oh, we haven't been to the park yet, have we, Lucy? We'll do that later. It's been so hot here. Yesterday was, 38 degrees or something. It was nearly 40. And, it nearly killed me. I can't take the heat at all. We had the air conditioning and the cooling, so we're very lucky here. Anyway, sending you all lots of love. God bless, darlings. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Was there news on the street, Lucy? There's always news on the street, isn't there? News on the street.